All right, well, can you hear us?
Yeah, you got me.
I do. All right, well, we'll get started then if you're ready. All right, just a friendly reminder, folks. If you'd like to ask a question, just raise your hand and I will call on you. So we will start first with Audrey Snyder.
Hey, Will, thank you for your time.
No
Um,
problem.
I wanted to go back to the sack on fourth down there. What were you hoping to get out of that play at the end of the game? What was it supposed to be?
We had a crossing concept coming from the field, and then Jahan on a dig in the back of the end zone. Um, that's what we were thinking to get. I needed to buy time to kind of get that ball in the end zone. Obviously, it being fourth down, but got that pressure to get away. Just couldn't. Made a last ditch effort to kind of get the ball out, but wasn't really much going for me there.
All right. Mark Brennan.
Will, at what point did you realize that you were going to get the opportunity to get in there as kind of the guy at quarterback? And then can you take us through what your first couple series were like? Was there kind of a get adjustment period? How did that go for you?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? I lost you there in the beginning. And
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
yeah, it's the connection is a little unstable, but I got you.
The what At what point did you figure out that you were actually going to go in the game and kind of be the guy? How did they get that message to you? And then what were your first couple series like getting adjusted?
Oh yeah, so I think it was after the defensive touchdown they had. Just Coach Bowen just came up to me and said I was up. So I mean, just got ready and knew I was going to be up for that next drive. And then that first couple series is, I mean, it's just going out there and executing. I mean, obviously, haven't had the opportunity to like put a drive together with the team yet this year, so that was a first. And but nothing really changes in terms of just what I've prepared myself through practice this week and what I'm seeing. It's just different guys out there, and just comes down to executing. And once you get hit the first time, at least in my opinion, all the nerves kind of go away, and it kind of just goes down to having fun and playing football. So it's pretty much how it went.
John Petishnock.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Hey, thanks both for the time. I appreciate it. You've talked in the past about no matter where you are in the depth chart, you approach every week like you're the starting quarterback with that type of mindset. How much did having that mindset every week help you today? And then just kind of how would you evaluate your performance as much as you can without looking at the tape yet?
Yeah, so I mean that's been my mindset pretty much ever since I've gotten here, and it hasn't changed and it won't change. And it definitely has helped. I mean, I think just having that mindset, having that just emphasis on preparation throughout the week, regardless of where you think you are or where you think you might be in the future, just helps immensely when your opportunity comes to you. And in terms of my performance, I mean, went in there and executed what I had to execute, but just wasn't enough. I mean, I think I did decently in a few of my reads and just stuff that I did, but there's room for improvement all across the board, especially in the red zone. It means nothing if you get the ball all the way down there and then don't score, and that's something that I take take full credit for, and just something that we need to work on in the future and just dial down for next week.
Donnie Collins.
Will, did you get any first team reps in practice this week? And it seemed like the offense in the second half kind of built a little bit of a physical personality to it. How much do you think that your running style kind of contributes to that?
Mostly just got reps with the twos this week. That's pretty much how we've always been doing it. A couple of reps with the ones here and there, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, it just comes down to going in and executing, and if my style of play brings energy to the guys, and great. But I mean, I'm just going to focus on myself and focus on the offense and try to get us going and executing as well as possible. But I mean, I don't really focus much on that, but it just comes down to executing and doing what you've been taught to do.
John Sauber.
Will, you mentioned the red zone struggles. Why do you think you guys are struggling so badly in the red zone, and what can you do to sort of rectify that?
I think it comes down to accuracy, and just made some throws. I mean, some of my decisions were good, but just the throws weren't there. Give credit to the defense. I mean, I thought they did a good job defending our routes. well down there, but that's just whenever you get closer to the goal line, that's just when technique and accuracy from the quarterback position really comes down to. And I know that I have the ability to make those throws, and there were some that were there today that barely missed, and it's just 1% every day going into practice and kind of working on that. And it's going to be a big area of focus for us this week, I imagine.
Parth.
Hey, Will, appreciate the time. Obviously, even after you came in and early parts of the second half, we saw Sean Clifford kind of, patting you on the back and encouraging you even from the sideline. How much does that help your confidence when, the guy you're replacing is, your number one cheerleader?
I mean, I would do the same thing for him. And we just got that, we have that relationship, and we know that regardless of who's playing, that we are in the best interest of the team as a whole. And whenever he's in, I'm going to be giving him feedback, what I see out there, and vice versa. And there's no kind of feeling of just negative feelings toward one another at all, and just always for the good of the team. And really appreciate that about Cliff and our relationship we have with each other.
Goodbyes.
I did a lot of head hanging after the game. What would you say is the overall mood of the team? I mean, I know it's a loss, but what was the overall mood of the team after the game?
It sucks. I mean, it's a loss. Losing sucks. I mean, we go out every week, we bust our butt, working to win a game, and again, it didn't come together for us this weekend. It's frustrating, and it's hard to not kind of hang your head, but I mean, we're gonna watch the film and just get better from it. And we get knocked down, we're gonna get back up, and that was the kind of message in the locker room after the game. I mean, it sucks right now, but none of us are gonna stop fighting. The season isn't over until it's over. We're gonna approach every practice, every series, every play with a 1-0 mentality, and we're not gonna let what happens in the past define our future. So.
Excuse me, Tyler Donahue.
You just kind of continue talking about Sean for a bit here, because just curious, what was your dialogue like as you were coming to the sidelines? We could see on TV that he was kind of in your ear in some big moments. How do you think he handled himself, and what has to be a really rough spot in his football career, to be honest?
As well as I think anyone possibly could have. I mean, Sean was, from the moment I went in to the end of the game, he was 100% just committed to the offense and the team, and just being there for the guys and talking to me about what he sees and what I could possibly kind of expect from the defense. And I appreciated that. And there was no kind of sense of him kind of turning away from the team at all. And he was just the ultimate supporter, like he always is, regardless of what his role is at the time. And don't think he could have handled it any better.
Mike Gross.
Yeah, Will, did you notice in the second half as compared to the first half, did you notice a different level of enthusiasm, guys having fun, maybe a more sense of urgency? Well, it felt different. Did it feel different to you too?
I mean, energy-wise, yeah, I definitely say that. That's one thing that we need to continue to work on in the future, is starting fast. Something that we've emphasized over the last few weeks that just hasn't come together for us, that hopefully if we just keep working towards, then it'll come together. And obviously, I mean, you can try to make your own energy as much as possible, but you really create your energy by how you play on the field and just generating plays and generating points, and then that's where energy comes from. So, I mean, we had that touchdown run and then a few field goals here and there inching us closer, and kind of the emotions start getting a little higher on the sideline. Defense started to find their groove, and just all those things kind of coming together at once definitely affects the emotions that are kind of coming from the sideline. So.
All right, time for a couple more here. Dave Jones.
Will, if you could describe what the difference is between getting first team reps and second team reps and being able to throw to the number one receivers. Some of those plays down in the red zone, it must have been tough to have timing down with guys you don't throw with very often.
Yeah, I mean, You could say that, but I mean, it just really comes down to, at the end of the day, trusting your eyes, trusting these, and you got to be able to work with any personnel that you're with. But I mean, I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I would have no idea to tell. But I mean, I'm just going to focus on what I can control, and that's just working on my accuracy and judging angles and judging these receivers. And yeah, I mean, would like to get some reps with them, but just gotta just do what I'm asked to and just operate.
All right, last one will go to Aubrey Snyder.
Well, James Franklin said he's not going to name a starting quarterback right now. Obviously, it's not your call either, but why do you think you could or should be that guy?
Sorry, I lost you there. I need you to repeat that.
Yep. James Franklin told us he's not going to name a starting quarterback right now. Obviously, it's not your decision either, but why do you think you could or should be that guy for this team?
I'm completely confident in my abilities and have been for these last couple of seasons. And like you said, it's not my choice. It's not my call. But I mean, it doesn't affect how I'm going to be preparing. And I'm not going to be caught up in that or trying to make my case, because at the end of the day, what I say has no effect on the decision. So I'm going to put my trust in the coaches, and I'm always going to be willing to do whatever's best for the team. And just going to approach every practice every day the same way I've been doing it. And hopefully just good things start coming to this team in terms of getting some numbers in that win column.
All right. Thank you, Will, for joining us. Thank you, everyone, for your questions. We'll wrap it up here.
Thank you.
What room? Can you assign me that? All right, Jason, can you hear us? Yeah. Actually, it looks like Jason Owe is in room 3. So Jason Owe, room 3.